If you do not change your course, the IDF will be forced to take all necessary measures to legal blockade in accordance with international law and prevent your vessel from entering the restricted area. You will be held responsible for the consequences of your actions, and your vessel may be subject to confiscation. You bear sole responsibility for your actions and your consequences.
Israeli Navy, this is a civilian vessel, Handala. Let me give you a lesson in international law. Any blockade that deliberately starves a civilian population is a violation of international law. It is not only that, it is a war crime. You have no legal authority to enforce an unlawful blockade, and as such, you have no authority to use force to enforce an unlawful blockade. Therefore, we demand that you stand down. You are responsible for the well-being of every civilian on board this vessel. As an occupying power in Gaza, you are responsible for the health and well-being of the civilian population there. Not only have you disregarded that obligation, but you are actively exterminating the people. You have engineered a famine. You are deliberately starving civilians and children before the eyes of the world. Our vessel does not constitute any threat to you. We carry only humanitarian aid, and therefore you have no authority to intercept or otherwise attack our vessel. We demand again that you stand down.
Dr. Baba, when I first spoke with you, this was before the 2024 election, your first appearance on the show, you told me that you were certain, and these are your words, not mine, that Donald Trump strikes fear into the heart of Benjamin Netanyahu, that he can influence him. And so when you suggest that this is only Netanyahu, it was you who told me on this show that Donald Trump had the influence to get the prime minister to do what he wanted. I want to also read something from before the inauguration. This is November 20th, 2023, an op-ed that you published. And you wrote this: if the fight goes on for an extended period, the number of Palestinian casualties will rise to the point that the world's rage will fall upon Israel and those who support it. The Israeli military, with all its sophisticated and advanced military equipment, is not heroic in killing people stranded in Gaza, where no place is safe and where it is an open-air killing field. Your words. Is the U.S. now a rightful target of the world's rage, as you described it?
Listen, I am, I'm confident.
Listen, he's a bitch. Okay? He's a bitch. He's a pussy. Yes. Perhaps even a grifter or a charlatan. Yeah, he presented himself. He stuck his neck out, thinking that Trump was going to save the Palestinians, and he didn't. So now he has to sit there and be like, Hamas is making ridiculous demands.
That the president is looking for a resolution to this conflict. I'm confident that the president does not want to see people hungry. At the same time, I am confident that he's working on getting food in.
Oh, is he working tirelessly around the clock for a ceasefire? Thanks, man.
I wonder if you feel like this moment, these images that are coming out about the humanitarian situation is, in fact, an inflection point.
Why did it take this long? I mean, in November of last year, the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu for the war crime of starvation. 8 months ago, before Israel cut off all food, all water, all electricity into the Gaza Strip for 3 months. And to say the United States is silent, it's much, much worse than that. We are profoundly complicit and deeply responsible. It is our weapons that enforce this starvation. It is our diplomatic efforts that prevent international justice from being done. The blood is on our hands as Americans because it is our weapons that is responsible for those children starving to death.
No blood for the hands of Hamas?
Hamas has
Is there
lots
no
of...
blood
No,
on
no,
their
no.
hands?
Why don't you let me finish? How about that? Okay?
I'm just
Okay?
asking.
Yes,
You
of
blamed
course.
Israel and you blamed...
They're so fucking smug. I wish, I beg for some karmic justice, man. Please. Please, at some point, please. Some semblance of justice in the planet. Please.
Sorry,
but we haven't heard Hamas yet. I'm just
I
asking.
actually have one of my closest friends in college was blown up
Just
by
asking.
Hamas. I have probably a lot more experience with suffering from Hamas, with all due respect, than you do. Let's say this. If we want to see who is more to blame for the starvation of children in Gaza, Hamas or Israel, let CNN in. Israel has not allowed Western journalists in since October 7th. Let them go in, let CNN go in and decide for themselves. How about that?
How about Hamas
Can I-
releases
how
the
about-
hostages and
Yeah,
gets a
and let me
ceasefire?
think, what do you think would happen if
Peter,
Hamas
Peter, just
released
give me
the
one
hostages?
second. Scott, let me ask you a question because Hamas is responsible for October 7th. Hamas is responsible for a lot of terrible things. But the question is, who can alleviate the starvation at this moment in Gaza?